Hey, buddy. Good morning.
Morning.
How you doing?
Pretty good. I get to go to Costco after this, so I'm pretty pumped. Normally I go Thursday afternoon, but whatever, stuff got in the way. Hasn't been too big a deal, except we ran out of salad last night.
Oh, not yet.
It's okay. We got spinach from H-E-B Friday morning, so I just snuck some spinach in there.
Gross.
More on my side than Ashley's side. But a salad's a salad.
I disagree with that statement.
You eating a lot of salads, Kelly?
I had a salad on Friday.
Well, you know me and sweets and salts and apparently also salads.
Yeah, you're just a special guy.
I guess it's not really true because I will scoff and look down upon things like iceberg lettuce.
Which is BS to me. I think
Yeah.
iceberg is totally acceptable as a lettuce.
I think the it's like romaine and spinach and not a lot else. Ashley likes that. I forget the name of it, but it tastes like peanut butter.
What tastes like? What? A leaf?
Yeah, name other leaves.
I mean,
I think you wanted to say rhubarb, rutabaga. That's not right.
arugula?
Arugula. Yeah. To me, it tastes like peanut butter.
It tastes peppery to me. Do you know, in other places in the world, arugula is called rocket?
No. Oh, is that why Rocket Pizza is Rocket Pizza? They put arugula on it?
Oh, I have no idea about that. Maybe.
One of those Via 313 pizzas has arugula. I think it's called the Rocket.
Well, if that's a thing, then that's why.
Alright. There you go, listener.
Learn something new every day.
Yeah, everybody said coming in here we didn't have a lot to talk about, and I can zip through mine. They don't have to be... We've been doing a lot of complaining and downerism, which is kind of out of spirit for us.
Yeah.
So these don't have to be hour-long current events and then 30 minutes of doom.
Right.
For me, a little project I've been doing this week is trying to listen to the albums I listened to growing up chronologically.
Yeah.
So I remember my first CD player, my first CD was Third Eye Blind's Third Eye Blind.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next album I remember is Goo Goo Dolls' Dizzy Up the Girl.
Okay.
And then I know, so that's like 7th grade, maybe 8th grade. And then I know between 8th grade, or at some point in 8th grade, I know that Californication looms large, because that was enormous for me.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's all kind of hazy. Like I know High School Band Takes Over and stuff like Red Hot Chili Peppers' One Hot Minute. And maybe a couple different Offspring albums. But then Creed gets mixed in there.
Oh, yeah.
I really should take the time to write like stuff down and like what are the top albums of even like well before 97, which I think I started listening to CDs because the CDs I listened to presumably were out for a while before I listened to them.
Yeah.
Fun project for me.
That'd be a fun thought exercise for me to try to figure that out. Because, I mean, I didn't really, like, personally get into music, like, into music until I feel like later than most.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was always listening to music in the car with my parents, like, on the radio.
Right.
And then they'd have, my mom would always have, like, tapes.
Mm-hmm. Cassette tapes.
And, like, I remember, and my dad would have them, too. And, like, I remember listening to, like, Gloria Estefan albums and B.J. Thomas and just weird old people stuff. And then I remember the first CD that I ever got was the soundtrack to South Park the movie. And then, like, the first real, like, music, like, from a band CD I ever had was Offspring's Americana.
Yes, that's the Offspring one I'm thinking of. I can think of titles from that album, but I couldn't remember what the name of it is. But yeah, yes, Americana, yes.
Which I don't know if I told you. I was just on YouTube and I caught a live stream of the Offspring performing at a festival in Europe somewhere, and it was like live, like they were playing. And I just happened to catch it, and I was like, I'll check this out. I ended up watching the whole thing, and like the dudes are like old now, but like they still bring it. So it was a fun little concert to watch.
They're so smart. I don't know if this is like true or just like internet stuff, but apparently like one or more of them are lawyers. Like they all went to college and stuff, and then were like, let's band it up.
I mean, I know the singer. He's like a PhD.
Nice.
And like a pilot and all kinds of stuff.
Cool. A band like Tool, I think that you can like age yourself out of being able to do a lot of those things. Like at some point, the drummer is not going to be able to. In Maynard, I think it's already been like, I can't do that. But I think the Offspring is. I think everything in there is pretty.
I mean, the lead vocals, like, I always forget the guy's name. I don't know why. Like, there's such a big band to me, and I have so hard. Dexter Holland.
Nice.
That's the main guy, and then the main guitar player he has a weird name, like Curly, but I know it's not Curly. Dexter Holland. There were some notes he was kind of struggling with, like, because he has that real high, like, kind of falsetto-ish voice a lot. But I mean, it's still really good. But yeah, in terms of like difficulty. Plus, I think, like, I don't know if their whole band is, like, the original. Like, the drummer looked pretty young. Like, a bit younger than the other guys. I could be wrong, though. Maybe it's just...
No, I mean, that's... If the spirit and origin of the band is what I think it is, definitely I could see people being like, I'm just going to hang out with my two kids.
But yeah.
Just going to do some day trading. I'll email you guys.
But then after Americana, like my memory of what I was listening to and when gets a little fuzzy. I'd have to take some time to think about it.
Cassette tapes, though? Cassette tapes, Kelly?
Yeah.
We had the adapter cassette tape with wires coming out of it that you can...
Oh, yeah. I mean, I had that too eventually.
Definitely, we drove to San Antonio all the time from Houston, and definitely Garth Brooks, Bring Me to Pina Colada. That album, heard that one a lot. There's a guy, Lion King soundtrack, that was a big one. For me, City of Angels soundtrack is like right at that transition of cassette to like my first CD and CDs. I'd fall asleep listening to that, and that was a big deal. There's another country singer who had a lot, we listened to a lot, that I could look up, but it would take me, so I'm not going to do that. Yeah, but at some point I'll go to Wikipedia, look at those albums, and build that list up. I like having, I have different playlists. I have a lot of playlists, but they're like little snapshots in time of, these are the songs I listen to on deployment, these are the songs I listen to at MoCo, these are the songs, when I had that flooring gig, like my first job back from deployment, I was driving to Killeen and San Antonio and just driving all the time.
Yeah.
That was like Golden Age of Radio. It's the name of the playlist. It's Golden Age of Radio.
That's cute.
Yep. It's a fun little project for me. Had the MLB All-Star activities this week.
Sure did.
I have a, I don't know, obviously it's too late now. But when we talked about doing the draft order for the league, I may have brought this up on here before, but some sort of bet on how many home runs, something based on that, so that all of us, the 12 of us, are all like watching TV at the same time.
Right.
And potentially texting at the same time.
Yeah.
And then that way it kind of gets interest in the league before we have our commissioners meeting.
Right.
Which I guess is just that email that we're going to have the commissioners meeting.
Meh.
August 4th.
Yep.
You got to keep people aware that they're in a league.
Well, they know. I think we've gotten to the point where pretty much everyone knows.
Yeah, I think our youngest member is Jamie, right? We're no risk of losing her.
Yeah.
I always worry about like Tom and Stephanie. That might be it. Stefan being like, I got some stuff you don't know about because I don't keep up with them.
Right. I feel you. Yeah, that's coming up here soon.
Yeah, I always worry about it. It's always a non-issue. But did you watch any of that, the home run derby or the All-Star game?
Yeah, watched a little bit of both. Not the whole things. I think they got to redo the home run derby. I mean, they're changing it every year, but they haven't gotten it right. They got to figure it out.
Okay.
It's just 40 swings in one round for a dude is too many.
Too many.
Yeah. Like, give us time to, like, I don't like the whole go as fast as you can. Give us time to appreciate the home runs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want to see dingers. Like, I don't want to see just a guy swinging and then, like, you're getting, like, whiplash with the cuts from the swing to the outfield back to the pitcher and the swing. It's just, it's too much. Like, give him 10 swings, non-timed,
Mm-hmm.
and then let's go. And then maybe, I don't know, something along those lines. Or at least do that in, like, the first round, or that's the final round, is, like, it's no time.
Ooh, that's good.
I don't know. But I still love it. I mean, it's still fun.
Yeah.
I've always loved the home run derby. Then the All-Star game, I actually didn't watch much of that at all, but got to see Paul Skeens do his thing,
Yeah.
which that's just wild.
That guy is pretty crazy.
Like, literally a year after he was drafted, the first year he's actually in Major League Baseball, he was named the starting pitcher of the All-Star team. Like, if he stays healthy, he's one of the next greatest. It's pretty fun to watch.
He's getting too humanized to me because he's such a big fan of, or such a big friend of the pod,
Yeah.
of the McAfee. And yeah, we got McAfee was on like a 2-week break or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We got him back this week, and they were super stoked. And yeah, Paul Skeens, McAfee, a Pittsburgh guy. Some of the other folks, Pittsburgh guys. And yeah, I don't know. I can't. It seems unreasonable to me that he would throw like that. Maybe even the rest of this year, but certainly in like his career, and not have terrible injury.
Mm-hmm.
As for Paul Skeens, listener, Paul the normal way, Skenes, monster pitcher. Like it's hard to imagine a casual fan of baseball having not heard of this guy by now.
Yeah.
But regular triple digit stuff,
Yep.
his like off speed stuff.
He has his own pitch called the Splinker. It's supposed to be dirty.
And I guess this is stuff you can only do when you're like 6'7", 240 or whatever he is.
Yeah. I mean, it was wild. On one of the interviews he was on McAfee, he was like, he didn't break 100 until like the last like 2 years of playing ball. And he wasn't, he's only been a pitcher for like 3 or 4 years.
That's
like
unbelievable.
5 or something. Like he was a catcher before, but then
That's a big deal.
I guess he hit his growth spurt. Like, that's similar to a buddy I used to play Little League with way back in the day. I'll say his name because he's actually a professional baseball player, Andrew Kashner.
Oh yeah.
He was a catcher, and he was mediocre, but he wasn't anything special. And he was a pretty small kid. I was always the tallest growing up of all the kids, but he was definitely not close to like my height or anything.
Mm-hmm.
But then in high school, something happened, and he just sprouted up to like 6'7", And then he turned into a pitcher, and then he got into the major leagues. And it's just weird how that can happen. Like, if you're just in baseball your whole life, and then you get a really good growth spurt, and you end up real tall, then you can become a really good pitcher.
So Skeens was a catcher most of the time?
Yeah.
Cool. But he's been doing it since he was a child, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay.
It's not like he wasn't like he just started playing baseball a couple of years ago.
That's what I thought.
Just started being a pitcher, or like primarily a pitcher. Because like when you're growing up, like kids will play multiple positions.
Right,
like I would pitch, I would play first base.
I thought you were gonna say play multiple sports.
Well, that too,
yeah.
But I'm saying within baseball, like when you're young, you're not. No one's just a pitcher. Mm-hmm. Like you'll have a position, and then every few days you'll go and pitch or something.
Got it. You hear about that occasionally in football, that the guy like walked onto the college team.
Yeah.
And like maybe played other sports,
mm-hmm.
but hadn't played football before that. Or like internationally, that happens all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Where like some kids go into college in the States from some other nation, and the coach is like, hey. What you doing being so tall and I don't know you?
Yeah, I think baseball is too skill specific.
Mm-hmm.
Like the skills for baseball are baseball specific.
In our league, there's 2 players that their kids have been playing baseball, and their kids are not 10. They've been playing baseball for years at this point. And Stefan and Tom,
mm-hmm.
that's their whole like Facebook is their kids.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if they ever play each other, which is probably not the case because there's so much of it. But I get that that's something that you start when you're a wee lad.
Yeah, but like in football, there's positions where like just being a freak athlete is basically what you need to be to play the position. You don't need that many other skills. You might need some like knowledge, like learn how to like what to do with your freakness, but in terms of like throwing a baseball, catching a baseball, hitting a baseball, which they say is the hardest thing to do in professional sport, is hitting like a 100-mile-an-hour fastball. That stuff, like, you can't just pick it up and get good quick. Like, you gotta do it your whole life.
Mm-hmm. There's some ambidexterity involved with catch with your left hand or with your right hand. Yeah.
And that's stuck with me. Like, my left hand, I use it for all, like, it's my phone using hand. Like, I can pretty much do anything with it except really write well, but I'm sure if I practiced a little, I could.
When, Jared hates it when I do this. He calls it cheesing, but when we're playing horse, I'll just, like, stand real close to the basket and just left-hand it.
Uh-huh.
Because that's, I got some of that too from doing other things. And yeah, being a freak athlete, just like you start here and just get to that person as quickly as you can.
Mm-hmm.
You have never seen anybody get to somebody as quickly as you can. Great. What do I do when I get there? Just run into them. Face first, I don't care, but
well, no, you can't do face first now. Just don't lead with your head. Just wrap your arms around him.
It's tag. It's just tag. Just go tag that guy.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So yeah, football's probably the pro sport that's easiest to get into if you've never played it, like, or if you didn't play it your whole life growing up. Unless you're like a 7'2" person in basketball, because then there's been a lot of those that just like they learned how to like, catch a ball and just reach up and put it in the basket.
That does kind of help explain the pay disparity, though, in that like these are skills we've been honing since we were 4.
Yeah, I mean legit, like. Yeah, I mean, I was about to say something, but I don't know how true it'd be. But what I was gonna say is I think maybe like the youth baseball system in America is maybe like the closest to like the youth soccer systems in Europe.
That's in the headlines.
Is it?
Yeah. So the U.S. Men's soccer team got embarrassed.
Oh yeah, they shit the bed.
Totally embarrassed And that's what everybody's talking about is the feeder systems that go into this, and that the U.S. specifically is pay to play, and that it's not the best players going through the system and making it to the team. It's the players that have parents that can take them to games and pay for club. Like, that's something that I always heard about in the D.C. area, is that soccer is ruthless and that everybody's like paying hand over fist to get into these elite clubs, and maybe their kid's not as good as the kids that can't afford that.
Yeah.
At scale, you get what you get.
Well, I mean, now that you said that, it kind of messes up my theory a bit, because like the baseball system for kids, like once you get to a certain point, it does get expensive.
I think it's orders of magnitude different though. I think it's expensive from the beginning too.
What, soccer?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Baseball is an expensive sport, like, because like the equipment itself.
Mm-hmm.
Like the last baseball bat I ever bought for playing ball was like almost $350.
Wow.
The last glove I bought was like $250.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, cleats, which especially if you're a kid, your feet are growing, you have to replace them, like $100 a year just for cleats.
The equipment's one thing, but what did you actually pay to be in a tournament, be in a...
I never did because my family was too poor. Like, I got invited to, they're called like select teams.
Yeah.
And travel ball teams. And, but those like cost thousands of dollars because like you're funding like a traveling sports team.
Yeah.
Like all the kids are like traveling to different states and staying in hotels and stuff, and
Yeah.
you got to pay your own way to do all that.
That's what I'm talking about. Like I think they were talking about this in high school, like the difference between playing school and playing club. And I think that just the soccer clubs, like the same thing you're talking about of like paying to have an organization and do all the travel and stuff. I think in the U.S. the soccer just, at least the clubs that feed whatever we put on the field that got so embarrassed, whatever that mechanism, I think that it's all geared towards like the most expensive versus the most skilled.
I mean, that's America in general. Like, I don't really know. I know very little about it, but I know like AAU basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Like those kids are traveling around and playing all the time. Like that's gotta cost money. So, yeah, I mean,
there's advantages to that though, because like just square footage. Like soccer asks for a lot, baseball asks for a lot, but basketball you can have like 3 games going on.
Yeah. There's probably a lot more basketball gyms, courts out there than there are baseball fields and basketball fields.
Oh, and then a time thing too. Like basketball's pretty rigidly timed, and soccer is kind of loosey goosey and long to begin with, and then baseball.
The soccer is short.
Is it?
I mean, the game is 90 minutes, 2 45-minute halves.
Mm-hmm.
I think halftime is 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. And then extra time, 3 to 8 minutes usually. I mean, and then if it goes to like overtime, then yeah, it can get a little long. But like, the average soccer game is 2 hours.
Does high school basketball follow NBA basketball timing? Because I know college basketball doesn't.
I can't imagine it does.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's like 10-minute quarters, 8 minutes. I have no idea. Yeah.
Sports. Let's keep going, Kelly.
Okay, speaking of sports, as of today, we are 3 days away until the start of the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I guess we're still 5 days from the opening ceremony, but soccer and rugby start on Wednesday.
How are we going to start before the opening ceremony, guys? Come on.
I mean, it's just how long it takes to run a soccer tournament and a rugby tournament. Like, it's just longer than the actual allotted time for the Olympics.
And all the other Olympians are like, yeah, fuck those guys.
And, yeah, so we're real close to that. We're 11 days away from the Hall of Fame game.
God, that's not even 2 weeks.
We're 41 days until the first University of Michigan football game.
Ew.
46 days until NFL kickoff. But I'm so happy we got Olympics. That's going to be a lot of fun to follow this year.
So another, and now we got to wait for 2 years until we do this again. But another way to do like draft order would be to like have everybody bet on how many golds the U.S. takes home.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be fun. But the only thing about the baseball thing is I don't think everyone in our league likes baseball enough to even pay attention to.
For sure, yeah.
An
That's why it's unfair, is because it is asking for you to do some research and to know like what the baseline is, what the range of outcomes is, could be.
But on the vein of the Olympics,
Mm-hmm.
I just sent you a link. I already checked it out. It's a 6-question quiz.
Okay.
It's which Olympic sport matches your personality. I figure if this is a short one, we can slide it in right here in the middle of our talking.
Let's go.
Are you there?
Let's go. Opening it in Chrome. Which Olympic sport? I have to check it out. All right. I'm in.
All right. First question is pick a torch.
Sorry, it's still loading.
Oh, God. Well, I'll start talking because it's going to take a while to describe all these. I mean, the first two look kind of like your standard old school, like, stick torches. Then you got, like, a butane torch. You got the torch from the Statue of Liberty. You got what looks like an Olympic torch on the end there in the middle. It's those torches that you light to keep the bugs away. There's another one of those there. There's another butane torch. You'd think if they had 9 options for torches, they'd do better than this.
Is that ninth torch actually a cooking torch?
I mean, so is the third one.
Are we seeing different torches? Oh, third one. Got it. Well, that's dumb.
All right, I'm gonna pick the Statue of Liberty because America. I mean, if you want to, you were in the army. You can take the.
No. I'm gonna take the second one. This guy.
Okay.
This Game of Thrones looking torch.
All right. Second question. Pick a carb. We got French fries. We got rice, bagels, donuts, potatoes, which is bread, noodles or spaghetti, corn, or a croissant.
Ooh.
I am a sucker for a sprinkled donut, so I'm gonna have to click that one.
And I am a potat.
Potet. Pick a verb. Run, jump, scream, punch, ride, be, start, kick, slap.
I'm a kick.
I'm a jump.
Let's go.
Pick a circle. And these are just 9 different weird circles, different colors. I'm going to go for the small green circle.
That one stood out to me. I don't know why it's all the way over there. Why it's such a weirdo. I'm going to go with this orange with the black outline.
Support it. And then we got pick an inspirational phrase. You can do it. Live, laugh, love. I think I can. Be the best version of you. Never, never, never give up. Good vibes only. Do all things with love. Believe in yourself and be awesome today.
Do all things with love?
I'm going live, laugh, love. I'm just kidding. That is... I hate that. I like good vibes only.
Cool.
And then where would you like to go? It looks like there's a mountain, a city, a park, an autumn forest, a tree house, a field of wheat, a snowy area, a beach, or kind of desert.
There's 2 of them standing out to me. 3 of them.
I mean, I'm dealing with 3.
Is it this mountain, autumn, beach?
A mountain, autumn, treehouse.
Yeah, I always say I want to go to a tropical Pacific island.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of annoyed being hot lately. That mountain looks good.
You can take the mountain. I usually always take the mountains. I'll go treehouse. I don't know.
I gotta take the Pacific Island. Hey, I got one of my favorites.
I got a pretty good one too. You want to go first? You want me to go first?
I got beach volleyball. You're beach volleyball. You're kind of gritty, but mostly fun.
Nice. I got diving.
Cool. Very cool.
It says you're diving. You're prone to intense flashes of greatness,
Mm-hmm.
which is pretty. I think that's pretty spot on for me. I mean, I'm not, and like not a lot of greatness, but you'll see some intense flashes of greatness.
And that's like jumping off of a huge board or whatever.
Mm-hmm. But also, that quiz was from like 2016 or something.
Mm-hmm.
You know what sport they didn't have and probably to be picked in that quiz that we get this year?
Flag football?
Breaking. And I guess
electric boogaloo.
I guess flag football as well, but just the fact break dancing is now in the Olympics, it's hysterical to me, and I cannot wait.
Nice.
It was also funny because when Corey and Jamie were here,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like trying to hype them up on the Olympics, and they're like, yeah, we don't really hear too much about the Olympics. I'm like, well, you gotta. It's your duty. Jamie texted me the other day and said that apparently Coca-Cola is releasing like Olympic-themed flavors this year for the Olympics. And she like sent me a link. And she was like, they'd been talking a lot about the Olympics and with the girls, and the girls got the girls all excited to watch the Olympics, and I think they're gonna be able to watch a little bit of like the very first couple days of it together. Mm-hmm. So they said they're real excited for the Olympics now. I was like, man, damn right you are.
Heck yeah. I have a warm Olympics memory. In 2016, I started working at Informatica,
mm-hmm.
and it was like the golden days of the team I was on, growing from like 12 to 24 to 42 eventually. And I joined in February, and then the Summer Olympics happened.
Yeah.
And we had like a little Olympics competition. That was like the most fun job. It was most like laid back and silly. And my team won gold representing Djibouti.
Nice.
And our anthem, slogan, chant, whatever, was Djibouti, Djibouti, Djibouti. And we just did that. And it was me, a guy named Marcos, you might remember,
mm-hmm.
if I do this. Yep. And Brecca, who everybody went on to do great things. But that was a good time. I was like, this is fun. This is a good job. This is the coolest job I've ever had.
Yep. Super excited for the Olympics.
Mm-hmm. We finished episode 5 of The Receiver last night.
Nice.
Something you were excited about in there?
Yeah. I witnessed the best, I don't even know how you call it, family prayer
At the very beginning.
I've ever seen with the kiddos.
Mm-hmm.
And the
I
dad.
don't even think it was a prayer, because they never said... Like,
well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's why I think it was so great. Like, it basically was a prayer, but it wasn't a prayer to God. It was a prayer to themselves and to life.
I think it was some hippie visualization manifestation stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it was done in like a prayer way.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, it tickled me so good.
Mm-hmm.
I want to kind of go back and rewatch it, but the whole Kittle family, like, I had no idea. Like, I thought it was just George, but no, like, it makes sense now, like, why he is like he is.
Yeah. My favorite part of that episode was the Vikings are going to play the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
And Devontae Adams is watching all the Justin Jefferson film, and Justin Jefferson's watching all the Devontae Adams film.
Yeah.
And they're both just, like, giving each other mad props. And it's like, wonder if they even know. Wonder if they even know how much they love each other.
I'm sure they do. They do now.
They do now. Definitely, I've been ranking these guys in terms of divahood and divaness. And they all got it. Kittle's the one that is, like, the least diva, but then it just replaces it with like crazy.
Yeah, I mean, he has like the aura of a diva, but not the drama of a diva.
Mm-hmm.
It's entertaining. It's so good. It's so good. Football content is so good.
Yeah.
I want all of it. I want a show about every single position. Show me right guards. Like give me 4 right guards and follow them for a season. Like
this week starts the no shit training camp started. Like the tail. Like I guess they're all doing stuff right now. Like right now, wherever they are.
I'd assume so, unless they get Sundays off for whatever reason.
I doubt it. But that means McAfee and Overreaction Mondays and feel the beat. That's gonna be great. Yeah, man, we're in it. It's the roller coaster has begun.
And that's what makes the Olympics so much better right now, because it's not like we just got to hold on to preseason stuff right now. Like, we got full-on Olympics plus preseason football, and then as soon as Olympics over, it's bam, football season.
This Hard Knocks, where they're going over the New York Giants.
Yeah.
I think we've only watched 2 episodes, but I've seen clips from, I don't know how many episodes they're up to now, 3 or 4.
Yeah, something like that. I know we're caught up.
The clip I saw is Mara, the owner, being like, I would be sick, I would lose sleep if the Eagles got Saquon Barkley. I'm like, bro, you're fired. Sorry. Whatever the name of the general manager is, it's like, you're done, man. The season hasn't begun. He's gonna kill you.
I mean, it's basically, if he doesn't have an extremely successful season, he is fired after this year, no doubt.
Also, just watching, because somebody played the Eagles. The 49ers beat the Eagles in Philadelphia, and Ash and I were just reminiscing about the Cowboys season. Like, it's bananas we won the division, because the Eagles should have, except they started just falling apart and like losing. I mean, we lost to the 49ers. A lot of people lost to the 49ers. But if they didn't lose that game, it was probably a 1-game difference.
Yeah.
To get us into the division title. Woo! So that's cool. I did another fantasy draft Saturday morning, 6 a.m. 2 people auto-drafted Kelly. It matters.
Wow.
Got a leg up over those dum-dums. I've been, that I think is the 5th draft I've done.
Yeah.
Since June, whatever.
Mm.
And I keep drafting out of the 2nd, 3rd, 4th spot. Like, I've yet to draft below 4. So all of my teams look similar, and it's kind of bugging me. So I want to draft out of the 6, 7, out of later picks so I can have a different looking team.
That's legit.
Mm-hmm.
How many more drafts you got?
I don't have any scheduled, but I'll probably do like 1 per weekend until the season begins.
I mean, are these mock drafts or these real leagues?
No, I've done like infinite mock drafts.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I can tell you, and to be clear, these are all. I've thought about this. I think about things that probably most commissioners would. But I worry, and I think about folks like Corey and Jamie, and maybe even you hearing him doing all this drafting, like, oh, he's basically a professional, and we're all amateurs, and that it's unfair that I do all this. These are 10-team, half-point PPR. So I could tell you right now, with dramatic precision, like who you should pick if you have picks 1 through 4, 5 through 8, 9, or 5 through 7, and then 8, 9, 10. And I could, like, all the way through basically all 15 rounds. Because I've done a lot of drafting and all of that. But when it comes to our league and Corey's league, those are 12-team, the points are different, and there's defensive players. So it's totally, like, I would screw myself over taking this knowledge into that.
Mm.
So don't worry about that, Kelly.
I can assure you I have never worried about it.
Good.
I mean, until you have more championships than me,
Nice.
I'm not gonna worry about it. That's just how funny fantasy football is, because like you and me are like almost completely opposite in terms of like how much we prepare and pay attention to things, like, and especially just in the off season. Like for me, like nothing matters until it's time to do things, because it's all situations are situational, and you got to see what the situations are before you can act. So
Yeah.
I think for me, too much planning is bad. For you, you can't plan enough.
Yeah. I'll probably end up drafting less, honestly, the closer we get to the season.
Mm-hmm.
Because at that point, people are starting to clue in and realize that Marvin Harrison should never fall to the third. That kind of stuff.
Yeah. Oh, man. The good time of year is upon us. The weather, we got a week of supposed to have, like, rain every single day for the next, like, 10 days, and the highs are all going to be in the 80s. Our grass is still alive.
Oh, that was so weird. We've got that meadow and planted blackberries and this, that, and the other. And I walk out there barefoot all the time. And yeah, we talked about it this time last year. It was all fried. It's like crunchy underfoot.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like alive and green and thriving.
Yep. It's I don't know, man. We got a lot of good fun distractions coming up, so I'm excited.
I think that's it for me.
Yeah, that's all I got.
It is my cousin Amanda's birthday. I already told her happy birthday. I already got my hearts and thank yous from that, but universe, you should know.
Woo. Happy birthday to Nathan's cousin. Well, if that's all you got.
No. It was also my grandma Betty's birthday on Friday, but that was days ago.
Yeah, it was basically like last month.
Yeah, but today is Amanda's. Alright, that's it.
Alright, if y'all made it to the end, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, tell your friends, and enjoy the start of the Olympics.
Love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.
USA.
USA.